In this clip, we're going to open the Tool in the Task menu, and we're going to go under Review. We're going to go to Examine and Measure Distance. You can see if you do a measure distance, you can have different types: between points, maximum between, minimum between, perpendicular along element. We're going to use the between points for this demonstration. When I go over to my model, you can see how it highlights the wall I'm touching. And if you have your AccuDraw snaps turned on, it'll snap to different segments like midpoint, endpoint. So if I want to measure this front wall, you can see how my AccuDraw compass comes up. And if you push the E key, you can change the orientation until it is in the same orientation as the wall you want to measure. So I clicked on the first point, and I'm going to click on this endpoint over here. And you can see my measurement is 79 feet 5 1/8 inch. You can also zoom in and measure things such as handrails, and how it highlights when you scroll over the item you want to measure. And here I'm going to click on the bottom because I have an AccuDraw snap point there. And one thing we use is a lock, so you can, if you push the X key, it'll lock it so you can only go straight up in the y-axis. So I want to measure to the top of this handrail, but it's the easiest to pick the point at the end, but I don't want my measurement to measure in a diagonal direction like that. I want it to stay in the y-axis. So if you lock that compass, it gives you a true y-axis, and then you can see over here it's 3 feet 7 7/8 inch for the handrail. There's other measurement tools, and you can measure radius, angles, length. You can measure an area. So say if I want to measure the area of this window, I can just click on it and it'll give you a square feet readout. And here you can take a whole wall and measure it without having to snap to the certain points. Also, we'll rotate our model. If you have a duct run, you can measure each piece that way. With the measure distance tool, you can actually do a cumulative measure as well. And keep going, and it'll keep adding to that same dimension. You can see over here how it's adding each time I click the measurement. You can also do a volume measurement if you need to measure the volume of a space in cubic feet.